Good evening everyone and welcome back. In today's grow update, just be going over the plants that I've got here. Welcome back to Growing with Isotope. This right here is a pepper. It's a beer coffee. Got quite stunted in the tent, so I put it out here and it seems to be definitely coming back to life. That in the corner is the candy cane chocolate cherry that I've rescued. Very overwatered, so I put it in a little pot. You can see my sage doing very well. A bit slopey. My marigolds look like they are doing really well. A bit dry actually. I think I need to water them. My tomatoes are doing incredibly. They are actually starting to produce some little flower buds, so I'll need to sort that out soon. I think I'll start fertilising them as well. Yeah, strawberries also doing very well. Another pepper here. Snake from Tess. Doing pretty well. Some of the little Matt's pepper seedlings that I started coming through. These are mustard gum brain crossed with Nymphadora. This is a Kangstar lemon starburst, I think. It's one of the Midwest Gardener's seedlings. I can't remember which one that actually is. Yeah, most of my tomatoes looking good. I may need to water them. They're drying out a little bit. Chinese lantern back there is doing okay. My white Vitale, still got a few pods on it. Leopard Reaper, it's doing alright. It hasn't set any new pods, but there's plenty of flowers. That's good, and all my herbs are doing good. Probably just need a little bit of water, but I can sort that out. And yeah, that's it for the windowsill. And now for the tent update. The Thaddeus White crossed with Drex Diego's of the Dream. There are a few new pods coming in, as you can see, looking really good. I actually cut the left hand side branch off, just because it was really sort of interfering with the strawberries. So it gave the strawberries a bit more room to breathe. That's good. Another pod there in the back. Really exciting stuff. It looks like it's quite a decent outcome at F2, so I'll definitely continue the generation from here. And then my Arizona iced tea, Dreamcatcher crossed with a New Mex Twilight from Matt's Peppers. Can feels a lot lighter. I think it definitely suffered from overwatering to start with. Looks like it's picking back up, so that's really good. My ricotta is going absolutely crazy. I've started feeding it full strength. It's showing no signs of slowing down. Definitely the best looking plant that I've got. Really happy with that. Had a bit of a mishap where I mixed up the labels of my Vitale crosses, so I'm hoping that this is the right way around. This is the Vitale cross with the Hallows Eve, I hope. Looking really good. Started feeding it the other day. Seem to be enjoying that. And the one in the big pot there. The roots weren't really expanding down into the rest of the pot, so I broke up the root ball a little bit. Gave it some nutrients. It's looking much better now. Those little flower buds at the top seem to be trying to form, so that's really good. And the Matapino, doing really good. I actually watered it yesterday for the first time since putting it up, just to give you a bit of an idea of how much cocoa retains moisture. You don't need to water them that much. Really good, but also really bad if you overwater. I think I did. I can't really get a good shot of the Matapino back there. You have to take my word on it. It looks absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait for that to start flowering. That's my overwintered Matapino F4. I started growing last year. And down here, things are definitely looking up on where they were. That is for sure. I put some of the plants that I've got into some better compost, the ones that were like really badly overwatered, and they seem very receptive to that. So my Brazilian starfish on the right here, looking much better since I potted it up. And let me just show this one off for a second. I can get some light on it. Bring it up to the top there maybe. Yeah, that is incredible. This is a peach ghostly crossed with nymphadora. I mean, just look at the variegation on that, it's incredible. This is the from Vlamens on the Discord. This is a Pimenta Barra de Ribeiro, and I'm really excited about these. The pods look really quite nice. Definitely recommend growing it. What about this guy right here? Oops. Brazilian starfish yellow crossed with a Sugar Rush Peach F3 from Pipara. It's growing really well. Yeah, roots seem to be coming out everywhere. Really good. It was definitely a good move to put the heat mat on, because since I did that, it's actually encouraged much better root growth on all my plants. And I can actually water them. Seem to respond well to watering. So we'll just come around the side. A pineapple. So first on the right is chocolate primutale. It's getting true leaves slowly but surely. That one right there. Another one of the nymphadora crosses. It's the black peach Chupatino crossed with the nymphadora. Happy with that one. That's coming out. Anything else to mention? Yeah, the Trinidad perfume is putting out some normal sized leaves finally. Two Matabina crosses in there, looking really good. Unknown. My Piri Piri back there looks absolutely god awful. I'm gonna have to cull it, I think. Same about these two here. One in front is the lemon spice jalapeno from Tess. One behind is the candy cane chocolate cherry from Matt. Both of them not looking very happy, might be candidates for culling. And you might be wondering as well, what the hell are all these things? What is this? Looks a bit sus. And yeah, you'd be right. These are actually tea bags filled with cocoa coir. I'm doing a little experiment where, because I've run into so many issues with overwatering, I filled the tea bags with cocoa and then I planted some seeds in them, and I'm going to see if they survive any better than having them in these plastic pots with really poor drainage. So yeah, we'll see how that experiment turns out, and wouldn't be a video if I didn't mention the Majussies. Yeah, they're just incredible how much they're growing. I think I'm feeding them full strength now. Yeah, they need to be separated out, I think, but they don't have the desired structure that I wanted. I really wanted some compact Thai style peppers, but I'm sure I can go phenotype hunting at some other point. For now I just want to see what the pods look like. Good afternoon, pepper lovers, and today is Friday the 24th of March. So every day that goes by we're getting closer to planting out day. As you can see, some of the guys in here are not even close to being ready, so it's going to be very interesting to see what state we're in come transplant day. So I just want to give you a little update on the state of things, and right on cue. Here's one of the little guys that's being a total menace in my tent. It is a fungus gnat. and they have been around quite a lot. No damage as far as I can see, but I'm sure all of my plants have been having root issues because of them. Nothing major though. Yeah, you can see here is my latest experiment. Now what I've got is just some little reusable tea bags that I bought off of Amazon. I think I got 150 for about £5, so by no means a bad deal. And this one is Granada seasoning from fish. Yeah, it looks great. I thought that the pots that I've been using, I can just get one to show you. That's the drainage that we're dealing with. You can see there's little raised bits or lower bits that actually have no drainage in. So what happens is the water just pools up in those. So what I did in a few of the pots, whoops, is I drilled a few more holes in the bottom just to allow a bit better drainage. So hopefully that improves things in the tent. And for the most part it has already. It's such a mess in here and I really need to clean up. But yeah, so anyway, that brings me back to my point, these tea bags. Basically airflow can just get wherever it wants in these. No restrictions. So I'm just hoping that I'll see less of the issues that I've already seen, basically. Anyway, on to the update. So, that back there is my ricotta, as you can see. Well, you can't really see. Because this bar's in the way. I really need to sort that out. That's okay, I can move the whole thing. As you can see, it's split and it's getting ready to form buds, which is excellent news. And try not to pay too much attention to that guy at the back. Right there. Not doing so well. So what happens when you get an iron deficiency in cocoa. Customary update of this guy. As you can see, there's some bigger pods forming. Yeah, happy with that. My Vitali crosses are doing absolutely amazing. They are going to start budding soon. This guy got watered yesterday. He is doing amazing. He's rooted into the bottom, so that's really good. Matapino back there, Matapino F4, which has been turned into a tree. It's going to start flowering soon by the look of it. It's amazing. So yeah, this top section, really happy with how the growth's coming along. Dare I say it's pretty perfect. Lower section then. Continuing on from that pretty perfect trend, things are really growing very well on this side. You can see in there, that's my Medusa F2, doing really well. Just wanted to show this one off if I can, and on a video. I mean, just look at that, absolutely incredible foliage. That's Peach Ghostly crossed with a Nymphadora from Matt. Yeah, I've been quite patient with that one, to be honest. It was very stagnant for a while, the growth, but it soon bounced back. And what I've got here is the Pimenta Barra de Ribeiro from Vlamens on the Discord. Very good. And that big boy is the Brazilian Starfish Yellow crossed with the Sugar Rush Peach. That is amazing. Cannot wait. This one is the Jessie F2, going really well. That's Brazilian Starfish, has recently started to grow again. Really good. The other Nymphadora cross has been pretty stagnant for a few weeks now. I'm just going to let it do its thing, to be honest, not going to interfere with it. Just let it die back if it wants to, whatever. Chocolate Paprika from Fish is doing amazing. Yeah, no issues with that one whatsoever. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this little Matapino up here. Doesn't really grow much, but I suppose that's to be expected when it's this white. Some more little tea bags down here with peppers coming up in. Really happy with that. Trinidad perfume is looking alright. You know, it is actually growing fairly decent rate. That's good. And chocolate primatali, once again, growing at fairly decent rate. I had to save out seedlings so many times from root rot, but it seems to be finally rooting now. And these Matapino crosses, there's just no root system on them at all. I had a look this morning and there's just nothing. It's just so frustrating. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but thankfully whatever I'm doing wrong, I'm only doing it on half of them. Nagamorich again, had basically no root system. Checked it this morning, just chucked it in some fresh compost, give it water. I'm going to leave it now until, you know, it either dies or recovers, whatever. Piri Piri at the back, once looked amazing, now it looks crap. It's the worst one that I've got. Not too happy with them. And then you see the two little hydro containers at the back. On the left, I managed to get my hands on a variegated baccatum. I cannot wait to show you updates of that, and of course at the end I'll reveal what it is. And I'll probably host quite a few competitions with seeds. I think it's going to be quite an exciting one. Everyone's going to want to grow it. Yeah, just really excited about that one. That one there is another Ahi Guyana. I'm going to grow it in Cracky this time, just so I can definitely get some Ahi Guyanas, because they sound amazing. It sounds like I'm definitely going to miss out if I don't grow them. But yeah, that's been the tent update. Thank you for joining me. So yeah, as you can see, my tomatoes are really starting to flower now. I've got a few fruits already forming, so that's really good. The pepper plants that I have in the window are looking much better than they did. That's because they've been sat in pretty much water all the time, which apparently makes them grow really well in cocoa. This is a beer coffee. It's looking really good. It's got some flower buds in the top there. This is a black Bacino. Again, looking really good. Trinidad perfume down here. Looking okay. Not the best, but doing something, that's what matters. This is Snake from Tess. Looking really good. Lots of flower buds, and actually a three-way split there by the look of it, which is excellent. I started some new seeds last week. These are from Danger Bros. They're the Orange Russian variegated tomatoes, so hoping to see some of them popping up soon. That's Vitali crossed with a Leopard Reaper F1. So I had a cutting in water, started the cutting in January, eventually grew roots, so I potted it into here. It's looking much better. Hopefully it should start to perk up soon. And in here I've got the Thunderpino F3s, which is a Farmer's Market Jalapeno crossed with a Thunder Mountain Longhorn. Looking forward to seeing the results on that one. My white Vitali hasn't quite started to shoot out new growth yet, but it's looking pretty healthy because of all the light. As you can see, it's a lovely day out there at the moment. This is my Leopard Reaper. There is a fruit, one single fruit right there in the middle, just coming through. Yeah, looking pretty healthy. Hoping to see some more fruits. It's really fussy, doesn't really like to put out fruits. But yeah, that's the state of the windowsill at the moment. Looking forward to May, so I can put these outside. And yeah, there's been some improvements in the tent as well. So this is the Fadas White crossed with Drax Diego the Dream Purple Peach F2. It's huge. There are some pretty nice looking pods on it, but they're all really quite small because, well, it's in a tiny little pot. The Matapino next to it looks like it's dying, but that's not a problem because I've got plenty more of those. I had to rescue a few plants from Cocoa Core because they really weren't doing so well. This is Tess's Tiger Jalapeno Cross Mutant. Yeah, it's got some new little roots coming through in there. Should be ready to go into soil again soon. You'll We've got the ricotta. If I just pull that out, I mean, I can try. It's huge. Such a large plant now. Oh yeah, this one's going to start flowering soon, I think. It needs to be in a bigger pot, which is coming next week. So yeah, this is going to be the final update before they go into big pots. Very excited about that. Yeah, it's getting hard for space in here. As you can see as well, I've got some cool little magnets. Free with all orders on my website next year. This one here, it's the Fatali crossed with, what is it? What have we got? Fatali crossed with Hallows Eve F1. Got nice dark foliage. Really starting to flower as well now. Looking lovely. Got my Matapino F4 plant back there. If you can see that, looking rather good. Fatali crossed with Leopard Reaper F1, also looking really good, flowering. And then this big monster plant in the back is Leopard Reaper crossed with Fatali F1, also flowering, going to be fruiting soon. And then if we go down to this layer, this is where most of the good stuff is happening, so on this side especially. So here is the Sugar Rush Peach, the Brazilian Starfish Yellow crossed with the Sugar Rush Peach F3. Needs water. But you can see all of these leaves here, there. It's going to have many branches when it goes outside. Peach Ghostly crossed an Infidora. Romance Pepper's looking really good. The Trinidad Moringa Scorpion White crossed with Chocolate Savina Habanero. It's looking really good. The Medusa F2s looking amazing. Looking like a Fatali, really. Not much differentiating them from the Fatali at the moment. If I come around here, we've got the Pimenta Barra de Ribeiro from Ferments. Looking really good. Lots of little side branches coming off that one too. They look really good when it goes outside. I can't remember whether I've mentioned these already, but I started some ahi guyanas in hydroponics, and as you can see they're doing really well. If I lift that up, we can see got a decent old root system on it. Very good. Yeah, this is kind of the recovery bay, so stuff back there isn't doing so great. Hoping to get them transplanted into compost and just leave them in those little pots, to be honest, and see if they recover. But yeah, my tea bag peppers are doing great. They're really starting to push out lots of new growth. Very good. And you can see in the back I've got my mystery variegated pepper. I'm not allowed to tell you what that is yet until some time has passed, but it's very exciting. I've got 3 little seedlings of that now, which are really pronounced variegation, which is lovely. And I've got my chocolate paprika from Fish in a little experimental grow bag. Yeah, that's that layer, and then there's a new bottom layer now with all my backup seeds. They're coming up really fast now. I don't really have time to go through them all, but there are quite a few of them. You can see I've started 39 varieties. I probably won't keep all of them because I don't have the space, but it's good to have some backups, I think, especially when my grow was stunted so much by my poor judgment on cocoa coir. On that note, I think I have actually worked out why things have taken so long to grow. Reason number 1 is that cocoa, you can't really let it dry out, because if you let cocoa dry out, the plants just stop growing, and I think that's by design. So normally with soil, if you keep it too wet, the roots get oxygen starved, but in cocoa that's when the oxygen actually permeates the cocoa and lets plants absorb it. So if you let it dry out, then the roots start to prune themselves, and the whole plant dies back. So I'm really hoping to learn from that mistake next year and not use cocoa at all and just straight up use compost, which is exactly what I've done here. So I shouldn't have any of the issues that I've already had in this mix here. And yeah, I'm essentially looking to create the perfect kind of soil recipe to start seeds in next year, so I don't run into any of the issues I've already had this year, because they've been really frustrating. But I think all in all, despite my best efforts, I think I will have a pretty good season this year. And then in my next episode, I'll probably, well, you probably won't see peppers in these pots again. They'll be in big old pots, like that one back there, the giant 1 litre one. And they won't be on the shelves anymore. They'll be under my big light for a month, and then it'll be the fun joys of hardening them off. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, people, and I'll see you in the next episode.